Swing plane is probably one of the most misunderstood and most often discussed parts of the golf swing, and most golfers don't have an idea of what it really is, why it matters, and how do you work on it. And that's what I'm going to share with you here. Actually, I'm going to share with you a little bit of a secret here. So I'm going to talk to you about what swing plane is, but more importantly, how to fix it. If your swing plane is off, it'll be very easy to see. I'm going to give you a couple checkpoints in this video, but I also want to talk to you about what swing plane really is, because it's not what you typically see on TV or on other golf instruction websites. A lot of times you see just a shaft plane drawn up here, up the shaft, or maybe one up through the elbow, and as long as the club is being swung somewhere in that little slot there, then all is well. And that's true to a degree. I use those myself as like a simple, quick checkpoint just to help quickly illustrate to a student what we're really looking at. But at the end of the day, the only thing that matters, and the plane that it travels on, the only thing that matters is the sweet spot of the golf club, because that's where you're hitting the ball. So if your shaft plane doesn't look exactly textbook perfect, that may not necessarily be an issue, but really shaft plane is a result of getting the sweet spot of the club to travel in the right direction, and more importantly, how you get it there. But that's what we're going to talk about in just a moment. So let's first look at the swing plane the plane and path that the sweet spot of my golf club is traveling on. So I'm going to start playing this video. We'll speed it up a little bit. So I'm just going to start drawing little dots as we go through throughout the swing. So I'll just pause it, put a little dot, another little dot, roughly tracking the sweet spot of the club face here. And you're going to see something very interesting happen as we work through this. And you can do this, of course, in any swing analyzer software that you have, because this is a very important thing for you to understand, because a lot of times swing plane gets very confusing and leads people down trying to fix something that isn't necessarily broken, or more importantly, and more often than not, they try to fix it the wrong way. All right, so now we're at the top of my swing. So I've got all these little red dots, and now we'll switch to yellow as we start the downswing. Obviously, because my wrists are set more and there's lag, the club is going to trace a little bit narrower arc on the way down. But here's where things get really interesting. Note that back it up here just a smidge. The swing plane that the sweet spot of the golf club is traveling on is exactly the same as where it was in the backswing. This is not discussed often enough. Now I'll switch colors one more time. We'll go to, let's say, blue this time. And now we're going to trace the swing plane that the sweet spot is traveling on into the release and follow through. Are you seeing a trend here? Obviously can't get it from back behind me, but as it pops back out on the other side, pretty interesting. The lines are identical in the backswing, downswing, impact, release, follow through. That is what swing plane is. Now here's the part that's surprising to you, and here's my little secret. I never work on my swing plane. In fact, I pretty much guarantee you, if I tried to work on it to get it to match this line flawlessly, perfectly, the way that you see here, I wouldn't be able to do it. That's because swing plane is a result of moving your body correctly. And that's what rotary swing, that's what my teaching methodology has always been all about, moving your body safely, because obviously injury prevention is huge to me. You guys know I've had many injuries throughout my golf career from bad instruction. So injury prevention and how to move your body powerfully, safely, and efficiently. That's it. And when I do that, as a result, my swing plane, the path that sweet spot is traveling on is perfect. It's absolutely spot on the money where it should be. And you can imagine when your swing is traveling on this very, very simple path the whole time, it's kind of hard to hit bad shots. All I got to do is let the club release, and it's going to keep doing the same thing over and over again. That is the secret to swing plane. So stop worrying about all these different shaft plane lines, elbow plane, shoulder plane, turn shoulder plane, turn elbow plane, whatever you want to call it. The sweet spot of the club is all that matters.